Hello everyone, this is Krista and welcome to the Feminine Takeoff. Forgive me, it's been such a long time, but it's been so busy. I'm sure you all have been busy too. Let me know what you all have been up to. And I want to also wish you all a happy new year. It's New Year's and I hope that you're all achieving your goals, and I will actually make a separate video about New Year's. I might actually make a separate video about New Year's but I'm just going to continue this video, start on this topic, because I think I noticed that here with the Feminine Takeoff, because we're already working on ourselves continuously, we're setting new goals throughout the year, throughout the week, throughout the month. New Year's really isn't like something that we should think, oh my God, it's a new year, so we need to hurry and get a new year resolution. Here with Feminine Takeoff, it is a self-improvement channel, and we are already on our goals at whenever we decide that goal is required. So that's why I'm not gonna really emphasize on like new year, new us, new goals stuff, because we are all on a specific path as feminine beings. We don't need a new year to get the things that we need to get done. But anyway, I was actually writing this topic while I was at the airport a few days ago. I was traveling in from the East Coast back to the West Coast, and I saw something that shocked me so hard that I thought I should make a video about it. So the topic today on today's video is going to be on how being beautiful and feminine is a complete disaster if you cannot protect yourself and take care of yourself, let alone also respect yourself. So without any further chit chat, let's get started. Forgive me that I'm so dressed up. I was out today running errands, and I thought if I change into my lounge clothes, I wasn't gonna make this video. I would get way too lazy, and so I'm just literally on my outside clothes. I have my shoes on, but I'm gonna make the video anyway. So again, the topic of today's video is going to be on how being beautiful and feminine is a complete disaster if you cannot protect and take care of yourself, or let alone respect yourself. So let's get started. As I said earlier before, I came about this topic while I was sitting at the airport. I was actually writing this after I saw what I saw. I decided to write this a few days ago. I was at the airport traveling for the holidays, and I saw this. I saw something that shocked me so much that I thought I should, talk about it. I'm gonna also talk about briefly on how to protect yourself and your femininity and your self-improvement from a world that takes, or from a world that feels entitled to take from you because they like what they see. Okay, I noticed I was having this discussion with one of my girlfriends a few weeks ago, and she was telling me how people feel entitled to you when you are a feminine woman, or when you are a beautiful woman, or when you keep yourself well. People truly feel entitled to you, like they think, oh my God, you're so beautiful, or you're so feminine, or you're so this and that. I want a piece of that, so I'm gonna actually take it, So the topic of this video is actually going to be how to maneuver through all of that. And to begin, I want to say that all women are beautiful. There is no such thing as an ugly woman. All and any women have the capability to be beautiful and feminine, no matter your past limitations or your past obstacles, as long as you give or put in the effort. Some of us might need more work than others, depending on where we are starting. Okay, if you're starting from like a really traumatized standpoint, a really masculine standpoint, it might take you a little more work to pour into your femininity, to pour into upkeeping yourself and increasing yourself aesthetically or physically and so on and forth. It doesn't mean that you're not beautiful. It doesn't mean that you're less beautiful. It just means that you started from a place of maybe disadvantage because of the situations of life or whatever the case may be. But I truly don't believe that there are any women who isn't beautiful. I truly believe that all women are beautiful and can be feminine. You just have to, some of us just have to work a little harder to achieve that and project that than others. And there's a quote that I came across a little while ago. I can't remember who said it, but it went something along the line as, there is no such thing as ugly women, it's just lazy women. Ladies, I don't wake up like this, okay? I do work really hard on having a natural beauty underneath of my makeup, underneath of everything, all of my beautifications. You've all seen my waking up videos where I wake up to go work out, and so a lot of those videos I don't wear makeup. I just wake up and brush my hair. You all see me do that, okay? But nonetheless, I don't wake up like this, okay? I don't wake up smelling like roses all the time. I wish. I do put a night perfume on, so maybe. But still, I don't wake up done up. But again, there's a quote that I read a long time ago that says, there is truly no such thing as ugly women, just lazy women. Everything, beauty takes effort, no matter how natural you are, okay? How naturally beautiful you are, especially in a world where more and more women are beautifying themselves because of social media and so on and forth. If you are a 10 and you do not upkeep yourself, you will look like a 2 next to a 5 that upkeeps herself, has a fully done up face of makeup on. Okay, unless you're like a special type of 10, that's very much possible, you know what I mean? But on camera you might not look like that 10 compared to a 5 who is fully and thoroughly done up, waxed up, and so on and forth. Okay. Anyway, and I know that, you know. Anyway, so with all of that being said, let's begin with the topic, with the intended topic of this video. So let's say that you've got the level up down, okay? You got the hair, you've got the makeup, you've got the mannerism, you've learned how to pick up your fork, how to eat proper eating, dining etiquette, proper sitting etiquette, how to sit in a car, how to get out of a car, how to dress. You've got all of that down, okay? The physical aspect and so on and forth. Let's just say you got that all done, right? You are fully leveled up. Now what? I'll tell you. You'll now begin to notice that as you begin to augment yourself as physically, aesthetically, your hair, your makeup, your nails, your femininity, just overall augmenting yourself spiritually, so on and forth, whatever that means to you, you'll notice that because you've been rendering yourself to be more attractive, you're actually beginning to attract people if you haven't already, or you're attracting more people. As you realize that you've augmented yourself, you also realize that more people want a piece of you. Why? Because you're rendering yourself to be more attractive in your mannerism, in your mindset, in your physicality, and so on and forth. Spiritually, you know, you're making yourself more attractive, so you're going to be attracting different people. Think of this as like, you know, I'm from Africa. So we used to do this thing at night. We used to just put like a little candle. I don't know why we used to do this, but we did it anyway. We used to, as children, just children playing, doing silly things, we used to put, when it's really pitch dark, we used to put a candle down and put it in a bowl of water, and we would put the candle in the water and let it sit overnight. And the next day, you will see flies, you will see insects, you will see different things that this light attracts, okay? So I'm gonna use that analogy for what that means when you're self-improving as a feminine woman, beautifying yourself as a feminine woman, inside and outside. So you've just making yourself a candle of light. And actually, as you augment yourself, you're probably making yourself now even bigger than a candle. Maybe a flame of light, maybe a tower of light, a lighthouse of light, and so on and forth, right? You're magnifying yourself, you're augmenting yourself. And as you're doing that, what happens? You're attracting people and things. So as we put that little candle inside of that bowl surrounded by water in the middle of the night, what happens? Living beings or things that are attracted to the light start to come towards that light. Okay? And so that happens. When you augment yourself, you start to attract things to your light. People and things to your light. Now, the next question is going to be,
voici un rappel.
This question is going to be, how do you protect yourself? Or how do you make yourself inaccessible to people and things that do not align or that do not augment and protect your peace and your femininity and everything that you've worked so hard to acquire for yourself, or that you've worked so hard to invest in yourself, or that other people have also supported you in investing in yourself, right? How do you protect that? That's where the points of these videos begin at. So number one, on how to protect your peace, how to protect your femininity, how to protect your investment in yourself, your investment in your self-improvement, other people's investment, your parents' investment, your partner's investment, the government's investment, whoever and whatever invested in you for your level up or your glow up journey, as we call it these days, whoever invested in you, how do you protect the assets of yourself? Point number one, boundaries. I've spoken about this in many previous videos. Having boundaries are one of the pillars for sanity. I say this and I believe it and I stand on it. It is my story and I'm going to stick to it. Okay? Without boundaries, you will have no peace of mind. You will have no sanity. Forget about it. Forget about it. Without boundaries, you're screwed. You might as well put all your hard work inside of a container, put some gasoline on it and light it up, and then throw it in the ocean. That's what you would do without boundaries. Okay? Again, boundaries are the pillars to keep your sanity and peace. Without boundaries, say goodbye to your sanity, say goodbye to your peace. I've seen some of the most beautiful women in the world. Okay? I've seen them crumble, live such awful lives because they haven't had boundaries for themselves, for their bodies, for their everything that goes on with them. You need to have boundaries. This is the only way you will protect the assets of your femininity, of your self-improvement, of you, of any investments you've put into yourself or that anyone has put into you. Boundaries. Okay? And point number two, inner work. Okay, I'm not gonna go too deep into this. There are so many channels on inner work. This channel is kind of an inner work channel, but it's also just an overall self-improvement channel. Like I said before, this channel is not designed to hold your hand and we're just going to talk about, like have a group meeting on how we're going to improve. This channel is kind of like a marathon. We're all running. You see me running in this race. You're gonna see, Krista did this to prepare for her race. I'm gonna do that while I'm ahead before I even start my race, so that way when I'm in the race I might even surpass her. Or you watch another woman in the comments speak about her experiences and you might say, oh, I like that, we're gonna use that too. This channel is not designed for us to sit down and talk about self-improvement or inner work and then do nothing about it. That's not how it is. So I'm not gonna it's not a channel designed to hold your hand and baby each other. We're all gonna hold ourselves accountable here and we're gonna be inspired by each other. It's more like a sisterhood, not a teaching channel. Okay? It's more of a self-improvement channel. This is it starts with you. I am just an example. I am just an example out of many examples, many good examples exceeding me or many bad examples exceeding me. It is up to you to choose and see what is good for you and what is not. It is up to you truly. So I'm going to go back to this with the point number 2 I wrote in point number 2, inner work. I wrote, when you do inner work, you expose yourself to self-growth, self-improvement, and many other great things. I've also written, as I said, reiterated, I also written, this channel is not designed to hold your hand and baby you through your goals. This channel is designed to be a platform for accountability, myself included, self-improvement, self-enhancement, self-care, etc. Self is a key word here, ladies. Self, okay? This is all for you. It's for you. You chose to watch this channel. You chose to better yourself. It's for you. It's not for me to do you want this. You started this for you. It is on you. I am just a mere example. I also wrote, it's a community, not a class. It's a sisterhood, not a class. I can't help you if you can't and don't really want to help you. Okay, so that's point number 2. Point number 3 in knowing. I wrote here, knowing what was your initial goal in this self-care journey. Okay, I wrote, what is it evolving to be? Is it the same thing it was when you decided you wanted to begin this self-care journey? Or is it the same thing but evolving into what you intended it to be, or evolving out of what you've intended it to be? And does it all align with your overall self-safety and betterment? Okay, so in point number 3, you cannot do anything if you don't know what you're doing. Okay, men didn't say, I want to fly, and then they didn't know that they wanted to fly, so then they created airplanes. No. Men knew, mankind, when I say men, I don't mean the gender, I mean humanity, right? We didn't just, the people who invented aircraft, they didn't say, okay, invention. They saw a bird, they saw something that inspired them, and they thought, I want to be up there. And so they began the procedure. Okay, so you have to know what it is that you want. For me, my inner work, I'm not ready to go too deeper into this, but I begin my inner work journey when something very traumatic happened to me. I was dating someone and they did something very awful and traumatic to me. And in the time where it happened to me, I had to make a decision, and I had to make that decision quick, fast, and it had to be a concrete decision that was unwavering. Okay, and when I decided that decision that I've made, I had to decide how to uphold that decision. And that is where my self-healing, self-care journey, self-improvement journey began. And honestly, when I began it, I didn't even conceptualize how deep it needed to be. I just knew that this awful thing that happened to me, it couldn't happen to me again. How can I protect myself? How can I make myself safe for me to reduce the likelihoods of this happening? And how can I just better myself in this experience and keep my sanity? Okay, so you have to know why you're on your femininity journey, why you're in your self-improvement journey. My knowing of it can't affect your knowing of it. You can be inspired by it, but you knowing it, the knowing has to be from you. Okay, your reason is your reason. No one else can give you a reason. You have to decide. And so just to summarize everything I said, the main question was how to protect yourself and make yourself inaccessible as you augment yourself, as you render yourself more attractive, more feminine, as you beautify and self-improve yourself. How do you protect and make yourself inaccessible to things that feel entitled to you? How do you protect yourself? So number 1, I wrote boundaries. Number 2, I wrote inner work. And number 3, I wrote knowing. Okay? and I went into the details. But anyway, I also wanted to talk about what inspired me to make this video. I had to make this video before I even proceed because I'm learning that there's a lot of information out there on YouTube or just overall in the world about how women can be more feminine, how women can be more beautiful, how to be, how to have a healthy body, how to look good. But a lot of people don't emphasize the importance of safety, the importance of protecting the assets of all of this beautification you've just done, all of this self-improvement you've just done, all of this self-enhancing your femininity you've just done. To be feminine is to also be vulnerable in a sense, right? It is to be peaceful, it is to be improved, it is to be good, but you are vulnerable, okay? So you either need a masculine, you either need a masculine platform to protect and govern you, whether it is created by you, or it is given to you. But even then, you still need a platform for safety. Femininity cannot and will never and does not thrive without safety. Okay? So back to what I was talking about earlier, what inspired me to make this video? A few days ago, I was traveling from the East Coast. I went to see my parents. I went to see my family, and I was traveling from the East Coast to the West Coast. And I had a layover, I think in like Arizona or Phoenix. I can't remember where. I travel so much that it's like my brain, I'm like lost. But unless I'm looking at my ticket, I honestly sometimes when I'm at the airport, I don't know where I am. Just that's how busy I am when I'm traveling and working. So anyway, so I was traveling, and this shocked me so much that I had to like regroup myself before even writing this video. But I was traveling and I saw a woman, a young lady, a young girl. Like she had to be in her 20s or even late teens. That's how young she looked. She, like a young lady, one of us, of course I have different viewers on this channel, but I'm in my 20s, I'm in my late 20s, but nonetheless I am in my 20s, okay? And I saw a beautiful woman. I saw a young lady walking through the airport without pants on. She had a jacket on. I don't even remember if she was wearing shoes. I just saw underwear with no pants, okay? Now, I'm not sure, maybe this could be one of those like no pants November thing, but it was, we were in December, close to the New Year's, a few days ago. So we weren't in November, and I think the no pants November thing, it happens in New York. You'll see people on the subway, and usually when women do it, they wear sheer tights or something. But anyway, I saw this young lady. She looked hungover, or she looked like she had like an interesting evening the evening before and the night before. But nonetheless, she looked hungover, like she had an interesting night, whether it was fun, chaotic, crazy, whatever. She had an interesting night that involved substances. That's what she looked like, okay? And she didn't have pants on. But I was deplaning, so I was coming out of the airplane to go to my connecting flight, and I really had to go to the ladies' room. So I briefly saw it. It shocked me. I was just flying like 5 hours before that, so I didn't even have time to process everything. And I wish I would have handled this differently. I wish I would have asked her if she was okay, but I really needed to go to the ladies' room, so I dashed to the ladies' room. When I came back, I looked for her briefly, just to maybe see if she had just to maybe give her money for pants, or I don't know, ask if she was okay, you know what I mean? But I didn't see her. But anyway, I saw this beautiful. What struck me the most was her beauty. I mean, like, beautiful. you all know I travel for work. I've lived in different countries, different continents. I've seen women. I've seen beautiful women. I am a beautiful woman, right? It's really rare for me to be stunned by beauty, because I look at myself, I look at women, or I look at, there are beautiful people in the world. I've seen them. I am one of them, okay? But this woman was so beautiful, even hungover, right? But then I thought to myself, what could have possibly, and don't get me wrong, I live in Vegas, okay? Don't get me wrong, we've all had our fun. But I really thought to myself, what could have really caused you someone's beautiful child to have such an evening that whoever you were with neglected, disrespected you enough that they let you go outside in public through the airport without pants, and they didn't help you. Now, maybe this was a bet. I don't know, in this country. And hey, maybe I've been bamboozled. Maybe this was a bet, and someone thought, okay, it would be fun to be hungover and pantsless at the airport, and I'm like ruffling my feathers over it. This could very much be the case. It doesn't seem like it, but it could be. You never know the story. You never know what, right? But I really thought to myself, imagine being so beautiful and risking yourself, your safety, and hanging around people who don't even have the decency, the care, and the respect for you as someone's child, to have their fun with you and then send you off without pants, in shame, in the middle of the day, in broad daylight. And imagine allowing that to happen as a woman. Oh my God. I feel I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. And so it really makes me think, women, we really have to do better in our safety. We really have to do better in who we allow to entertain us, who we allow to be entertained by, who we allow for us to even entertain. That's crazy. And seriously, in hindsight, I could have done more. I really could have just, even if I was in a hurry to run to the ladies' room, I could have, I'm so ashamed of how I handled myself in that situation. I really could have, she could have been someone's sister. I have sisters. I am a sister. I am someone's sister. I wish that I could have just rushed to her and say, like, do you want my jacket? I wish I handled the situation differently in hindsight. But seriously, furthermore, I seriously pray that this beautiful, poor young girl, poor young lady, poor young woman, or just not even poor, just this beautiful young human being, a woman, is safe out there, wherever she is right now. And I feel so bad. But within all of that, this was like a wake-up call to me, because I've always kind of did, but like as I'm getting older or even cultivating my femininity now, I live a very secluded life. I'm very safe. I have a bubble. I don't get out of that bubble. I have a safe bubble, like my lifestyle. I go to my gym. I go in this safe area. I don't have social media. I don't have Instagram. I told you all, I don't have Instagram. I don't have TikTok. I don't watch the news unless it's like something like dire, and I'll read an article about the news before I sit down and watch the news. So I have a really secluded life. So I don't often expose myself to things that shock me. Okay? But this was really a wake-up call. That if you are an attractive woman, if you are a beautiful woman, if you are a feminine woman, people would literally want a piece of you, down to your pants and everything that's in it. That's crazy. And they will leave you in the destitute if you allow them. If you allow people to want a piece of you and get a piece of you, they will take whatever they can get, and they will take it roughly. They will take it with no regard. Wow. Wow. I can't imagine someone seeing this woman, this young, amazing woman, whoever she is, and thinking, I'm going to take such a piece of her, and then I'm going to let her wandering in the streets in public with no pants on. Imagine, and I'm sure people have done worse. I'm sure of it. Ladies, we truly have to keep ourselves safe out here. The more feminine we are, the more attractive we make ourselves be, the more we enhance ourselves. It is our responsibility to keep ourselves safe. It is our responsibility to find ways and avenues to keep ourselves safe. If we don't do it, nobody is going to do it for us. Okay? This is a different world. Your neighbors might be good, but then you have to find the good neighbors. Don't just assume that your neighbors are good. Keep yourself safe, beloveds, please. And this is partially, I might get a little backlash for this, but this is partially the reason why I don't interact with any men or anybody, any person, any men specifically who want to date me on like or who wants to interact with me on a non-platonic level. I don't interact with them unless they can improve me or protect me or make me feel safe. I don't care what society tells me I have to do or settle for and do for free, for fun, for the sake of whatever. I won't do it. If they can't keep me safe, whatever that safety means to me, I won't interact with them. No way, Jose. I'd rather struggle by myself. And I've been in situations, maybe not as that grave, but hey, some people might think so. But I've been in situations where people have taken from me and never replenished. Men and women, friendships, so on and forth. And I don't wish this on any woman. As I'm continuing my self-healing journey, as I'm continuing my self-improvement journey, I really wish goodness, pure safety and goodness on women. All women. She doesn't have to like me. She doesn't have to know me. Women really need to be safe, okay? We go through enough in this world with our bodies naturally. Safety is something that should be a human right, especially for women. But that's another topic for another time. I won't go too far into it. But anyway, just to summarize everything, ladies, understand that being beautiful and feminine, especially in a world that's teaching us being feminine, be at peace, be someone's peace. You are not to be anyone's peace if they do not give you peace and safety. No. But seriously, to be beautiful and feminine without boundaries, without a way or means to protect yourself and have safety for yourself is like handing over an explosive to a child or something crazy and just giving it to them. Not only are they going to hurt themselves, they're going to hurt everything and everyone in their perimeter. That's what having beauty, self-care, self-improvement, and femininity is if you don't truly understand the scopes of protecting yourself. It's the word. I'd rather women walk around ugly and unattractive and have boundaries and ways to protect themselves than women walking around pretty with no means to protect themselves and no boundaries. God, Jesus, fix it. Kill it before it lays eggs. Lord. Anyway, I wish that young woman that I saw at the airport and all of us here at Feminine Takeoff, anyone watching, anyone and everyone watching this video, I wish all of us safety, and I wish all of us discernment in knowing how or when to protect ourselves, because it's so important in this world. Please don't interact with anyone or give your time, energy, or anything to anyone who just want to have a good time with you without making sure you're safe. They will leave you in the dish, in a worse situation. Please, ladies, please. So please do not interact with anyone or have a good time or be anyone's good time without ensuring your safety first. Your safety, your well-being, your peace first. Okay, now of course there are times where you don't know, like you get into a situation where you think, oh my god, I'm safe, or oh my god, you didn't see it coming, right? But probabilities, okay, if you don't know this person, or there's a probability that they might be bad for you, chances are they might be bad for you. Okay, look into it, use your instincts. Where was it recently? I heard somewhere that men were giving strength to fight against danger, women were giving instincts to avoid danger. Okay, so please use your instincts. We have it, ladies, the instincts, those spidey senses. I'm not saying don't have fun. We live in an amazing world, okay, with amazing things. Have fun, enjoy yourself, enjoy your youth, enjoy your beauty, enjoy people around you, right? But be safe. Use your instincts, that voice in your head, that gut feeling. Cultivate it and use it, beloved, please. Otherwise, you will be in the worst situation. Death will be the easiest thing. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Thank you for watching this video. This has probably been one of like the harder topics that I talk about, just because I just want women to be safe. Okay, I love us being feminine. I love us being beautiful. I love us dating. I love all of this, but I love safety for women, and I will never not emphasize it. Emphasizing safety for women is one of the most important things. Women are one of the most important pillars of society, and we need to be safe. We don't only have to expect people to protect us, but we need to learn to protect ourselves. It is the most important thing. Anyway, thank you for watching my video. I wish you all protection, respect, self-love, abundance, and increase from your source, from God, the universe, whatever you believe in, Allah, whatever. I just wish you safety, protection, and increase. Okay? And also, I haven't been saying this a lot in my videos, but I've been urged to say it. Please like and comment or subscribe to the video. It helps me out a lot. You know that I'm a growing channel, so when you subscribe, it really helps my channel. When you like, when you comment, it really helps me out. And also comment below, how do you self-care and self-protect the investments of you improving yourself? How do you go on about that, feminine takeoff, ladies? Share that with me. I know a lot of men also watch my video, and so how do you help a woman protect herself? Or are you brothers? Are you fathers? Are you cousins? Are there women in your life? How do you teach them to protect themselves? I want to hear from you all. Okay? And I'll share with you, I wrote it, I'm doing something a little different now. I'm going to share with you how I choose to protect myself, self-care, and protect the assets of me cultivating my femininity and just cultivating myself overall. I'll share some, I have many points, but these points that I'm about to share are like one of the most, like they're like the top kind of like non-breakable points. So I wrote here point number 1 for me on how I protect myself and the assets of my self-improvement. Point number 1 is it's by not allowing myself to be invited into any situations, dinner, travel experiences, if I cannot foresee my comfort and safe traverse through such invitation. So if someone invites me, men or women, friends, even family members. If someone invites me somewhere or wants to bring me into an experience or bring themselves into my experiences, if I cannot safely hypothetically traverse myself through that experience with them safely, I don't go. I won't do anything that I can't take myself out of. So if I'm invited to like a trip, a dinner, anything, I don't go if I don't feel safe. Point number, and you know, ladies, I always tell you this. I always say this. Some of you laugh at me. Some of my friends laugh at me for saying this, but I'm a firm believer in stopping while you're ahead. Okay? Stop while you're ahead. And also kill it before it lays eggs. my friends always make fun of me when I say this, but seriously, kill it before it lays eggs. If I'm talking to someone, interacting with someone, and they're doing something that I know that doesn't ensure my peace, my safety, I stop that interaction before it lays eggs, before it goes any further, before it multiplies itself. Think of like a cockroach. If you see a cockroach, you better make sure it disappears, because if you let that one cockroach into your life, to your house, it's gonna lay eggs and you're screwed. You're gonna have an infestation. Kill it before it lays eggs. And this other point, the second part of how I keep myself safe, the assets of my femininity safe, is understanding that saying no is a complete sentence, and only hanging around people who also share that same understanding. So I don't surround myself with anyone who doesn't believe that no is a complete sentence. No girlfriends, no dating, no friendships, nothing. If I say no to my friends, they know it's a complete sentence. It's not like, oh, but Krista, oh, but it's no. No, I don't feel safe means no, I don't feel safe. Okay? If I cannot ensure my safety through and through in this situation, I'm not going there today. No, thank you. Yeah. And my no is a complete sentence in that. I'm not going. So that's it for today. Thank you all. I hope you all have a wonderful year, a wonderful new year, and I'm so happy that you're all watching and dedicating your time for me. I know you have a really important things to do with your lives, with your time, but I'm so grateful that you are spending it with me during this moment. Happy holidays, happy new year, and I wish you all the best. Thank you for watching. Ciao.